Hey, everyone. Welcome back to realiTEACheck podcast, where tea is served and checks are dispersed. I am your girl, Mare, your co-host for realiTEACheck podcast, and I'm on here this week. Diana is going to be on for you guys next week. So today we're talking briefly, because it's going to be very brief, because I really thought that the episode of Real Housewives of New Jersey was just almost inconsequential, in my opinion. Very briefly about RHONJ. And please just make sure that you guys are looking at our socials for upcoming videos on some new information that's been coming out about Real Housewives of New Jersey. I'm not going to talk about that here. I'm just going to just stay relevant to what the episode is. So in this particular episode of Real Housewives of New Jersey, it's all about Melissa's housewarming party and all of the events that kind of took place prior to this episode, and then the events took place after. And that infamous bottle that I have been saying deserves an award of its own, because I am telling you, that bottle made such a supporting cast appearance. It made Teresa more relevant than than she was supposed to be for this particular episode. But let's just talk about Melissa's house. We know that Melissa and Joe had been working on this house for a while. We know that Joe had gotten into some issues with contracting and things like that, I think, while building the house. But irrespective of all of that, the house turned out absolutely magnificently beautiful. It is absolutely gorgeous. And they did a limoncello party in honor of celebrating their housewarming, and then also having other people, their friends, their family members come through. The only family member that was not invited from Joe's side of the family, which is the only family member that he really has as a first blood relative for him, is his sister. And so his sister and Louis were not invited. So when we get into the scene, into the episode, I just thought it was just so, first of all, I know production has a huge part to play in how all of these things go about. It's like, okay, you need to talk about this here. You need to talk about this here. For me, I just wanted Rachel, when she walked into the party, chill out. She could not wait to dish out the information about what happened in the sit down between her and her husband and Louis to Melissa. She could not wait. She's like, did you hear about this? Do you want to know that? I'm like, sis, calm down. Like, it's okay. It's okay. Like, have a drink first. Maybe have a little bit of an appetizer first before you do all that stuff. But irrespective of that, she told her what went down, and she told her that Teresa had brought a bottle of alcohol for them to bring to the housewarming because they weren't going to be there. Side note, Teresa in a recent interview said that, or was it in her, no, she said it in her confessional. She said she doesn't take any credit for bringing that bottle or for giving that bottle or the card, because she said that was all her husband. That was all her husband. And I want to remind the viewers, last season during the reunion, Teresa was on this hype about the fact that she's thinking that Melissa and Joe were going to be X'd out of Real Housewives of New Jersey. And she was just like, I am done with you guys. I am done with you guys, right? She said she was done. Melissa in turn said, all right, we're done with you too. Be done. So she's saying now, Teresa is saying that she did not want to give that bottle. She didn't want to do it, even though I thought it was a nice little gesture. But you're not friendly with them. So what was the purpose and the point of even allowing for a little gift or a little moniker like that to be sent over to their house? For what reason? Like, and I find it absolutely fascinating that 2 seasons ago, when Teresa was spreading the rumors about Jackie's husband cheating on Jackie, Teresa was good with Melissa. That was just 2 seasons ago. I was looking back at the archive and I'm like, they were so chummy. They could literally be like that. But here again, we find ourselves in the same old battle. And you have to ask yourself, how much longer are we going to battle about things like this? How much longer are we going to battle about the fact that you should have told me that you were coming on the show? And I repeat, yes, it may seem awful that they didn't tell her, but what the television show is showing was already a fractured relationship that existed in that family prior to them coming onto the show. again, Melissa and Joe were approached by Bravo to join the show. It's not like they approached Bravo themselves to join the show. They were approached by Bravo. And I guess if you're thinking economically, if you're thinking about the value of, building wealth and creating for yourselves, wouldn't any person want to take that role? But the thing that they did do wrong was just not let Teresa know, like, hey, by the way, we're being approached. Now, if they did let Teresa know, y'all gotta let me know. But I get that. But are we, and for the last how many decades now, we're still fighting over the same nonsense. So I don't know. I'm tired of Jersey in that respect, because I think this is too much. This is too much at this point. The other main thing that happened on the episode was Jackie. And I'm not talking about Miss Jackie. Like, no, we're not talking about that one. We're talking about Jackie. Jackie Goldschneider. I have never liked that lady. Unfortunately, I am not one to gravitate towards her personality type, because she continuously has to remind you how intelligent she is. If you are intelligent, people will know that you're intelligent. She continuously has to remind us that she's an attorney. If you're an attorney practicing, people will know that you're an attorney practicing. She has to remind you she went to law school. Okay. Keep reminding people that you went to law school to make yourself appear greater in retrospect than you are, or to put yourself in a position that seems higher than other people. But she is getting it the way that I have always said she should get it. Last season, when she was demoted to friend of, I said, why is Jackie continuously showing up to these particular scenes? And why is she continuously trying to instigate issues and have problems with people? I kept calling her that one. People got mad that I kept saying that. I was just like, I just don't like her. She's a very elitist personality, not my type of person. This season, now, she's still a friend of, and she's turned against her friends, who I really truly believe were her friends, which was Marge, Melissa, and the crew. And now she has chosen to be on Teresa's side. Jackie and Teresa have nothing in common. Jackie and Teresa have nothing in common that would relegate them to be friends with each other. 2 seasons ago, as I watched what happened with Jackie and Teresa with the whole spreading the rumor about Evan, Jackie was torn up and broken. Ruined her mental health because of what Teresa did that particular season. And I have sympathy for Jackie in the fact that she is going through something. And that's all I'm going to say, is something, because we know that she suffers from insecurity. We know that she suffers from issues with her eating disorder and things like that. So all of those things in combination can multiply and manifest in such a way where there is a need and a desire for her to be wanted. There's a need and a desire for her to be included. And we've seen it this season. She doesn't understand why Danielle's not talking to her. Danielle has no reason to talk to you, but she doesn't understand. She's like, did you see that? Did you see that? Like, did you see like that she didn't talk to me? It's just like, the thought that was like just weird. Babes, you're a friend of. Nobody needs to talk to you, right? And at that, you and Danielle are not friends. Why does she need to talk to you? But she perseverated over that. And then in this episode, she came for Dolores in a way where I was just like, girl, like, you don't want to come from Dolores. The one thing about Dolores is very tactful. She is playing the long game here when it comes to her position on Real Housewives of New Jersey. Dolores is from Patterson. If you guys have ever seen Dolores even show you an inkling of how much she can blow up and turn up on you, hey, be warned. Correct me if I'm wrong. Dolores was a corrections officer in the past. Dolores does not play. her posture alone lets you know that if you get her there, you are going to be lucky if you get out alive. Like, that is how I see Dolores. Dolores has come for Danielle Staub. If you've seen her come for Danielle Staub, just a little bit, not even to the extent that she could. She has come at Jennifer Aiden when Jennifer Aiden came to her party. I think they were doing like around that Easter calendar that they were doing a couple of seasons ago. The way she turned up on Jen Aiden, she's like, no. And so for Jackie to come and say outside of that scene that Dolores not tagging her in a post, that makes Dolores a slob and that she did it intentionally and things of that nature. I said, Jackie, get a life. I'm sorry. Get a life. Who cares that you weren't tagged in a post? But this is, again, a secondary example of the desire and need to be included. She literally has a serious case of FOMO. A serious case of FOMO where I think that she does need help to figure that out for herself. I do not believe, and this is my opinion, c'était mon opinion, it's not yours, c'est moi, c'est mine, right? This woman is trying to become a full-time housewife, and she is doing everything she can to make it so. And if that means making up with Teresa, who couldn't understand the distinction between the parallelism that she made about Teresa's daughter at the time, doing something that wasn't true, parallel to what Teresa was saying about what Evan was doing, knowing that it wasn't true. She's going to be friends and friendly with that person and then talking about her actual friends. Jackie has sold out herself. And if you saw in a recent Watch What Happens Live, Andy had asked her and Jen Fessler a question. Did Marge tell you guys that you guys need to leave the show if Louis returns back for this season? Jen Fessler adamantly said, absolutely not. She did not tell me that I need to leave the show if Louis comes back. And Jackie's looking at Jen Fessler like, come on. I was like, Jackie, who are you fooling? Who are you fooling? No one is going to believe you, because what is going on is that there is no genuine connection that you have with Teresa for you and Teresa to maintain this type of relationship that you're trying to fabricate in front of the viewers. And if the viewers are astute enough, they will see right through you. And I believe a lot of people have seen right through Jackie. So Dolores said to Jackie, first of all, you're calling me a slob? You're calling me a slob? And then Jackie tried to change the perspective or the definition of slob within the context of what she said about Dolores and say like, oh, the situation I said was a slob. Stop. You are playing on her intelligence. Dolores is very smart, right? And what I loved that Dolores said was, when Jackie was saying, well, Marge is saying so much about you. Marge has been saying so much about you. And then, and she's saying like, she's just not writing it out. And Dolores said, well, she's smarter than you. And I bet you that statement stuck with Jackie in her brain, because again, let me remind you, Jackie likes to remind people that she's smart. You're not so smart. And side note, I need Marge not to include Joe Benigno in what she's doing. Did you guys see Joe waving his phone for Dolores to like check it out? Like, that was like crazy to me. I was like, what? Like, why is Joe in this? But Marge, I know now why Teresa wants to continuously come for Marge. Marge doesn't spread the rumor. She has collected the information. If you remember last season, her tagline was about her having an arsenal. She has the arsenal and she will use it when needed. I thought it was kind of weird that she showed Dolores that when Jackie was truly her friend and somebody she's advocated for. But I think she was pushed to a place and to an extent where she was made to seem like she wasn't telling the truth, or that Jackie was making her out to seem like something that she may not see herself as, that she was just like, here's a screenshot. Here it goes. I loved Marge for doing it, because Jackie needs to be put in her place, because this is a wild, wild experience that we're all seeing here on the episode. So the episode kind of ends there on that note. And then the other thing about that Blue Label bottle, I will have to say, is that it made Teresa the topic of conversation over and over again. The one thing that I wish that these women would do is, in order for them to relieve themselves of the responsibility of having to continuously talk about Teresa, just stop talking about her. Pay her dust. And if you think about it, Teresa doesn't have a storyline this season, y'all. The only storyline that she has is the fact that she's picked on the Fudas. She's picked on the Fudas, and the Fudas are giving her the attention, and that is ridiculous. Don't give her the attention. Don't even justify a response to her and her husband. Let it be. They don't have a storyline, guys. None at all. Tell me what Teresa and Louis' storyline is this season without the Fuda interactions that they're having. Tell me. So if the Real Housewives of New Jersey women would just understand that when they're together, they should make sure that they should just probably make a pact not to talk about Teresa. Talk about something else. Talk about something else that the audience can learn from. Talk about something else that the audience can get insight about into your life and into the things that are going on for you. Talk about that. Don't talk about Teresa. Make her irrelevant, and trust and believe she will be irrelevant. And if you notice in this season, Teresa had, a little birdie told me that Teresa did not film enough scenes with the cast. So you see the division within the filming. So the production has really been doing a great work in trying to make it seem like Teresa is part of this cast. But she is not. Because she has come against almost the entire cast. How much longer is this going to last? So that Blue Label bottle shows Joe got the card and Joe burned the card. So symbolically, what does that mean? And do you guys think that by him burning the card that it continues to prolong the issues that these people are having with each other? Or do you think that Joe was right for doing it? I don't know. But anyway, that's Real Housewives of New Jersey. We are going to be on the lookout for the next episode and seeing what's happening. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Talk about anything that I may not have touched on. And please, please, please like, share, subscribe, and comment on our content. We really do truly appreciate what everybody has been doing for us. We really do truly love the commentary and the little community that we are building, and we want to build an even bigger one. So thank you all so very much for your engagement, and we look forward to giving you much more rich content in the coming future. Please be on the lookout for our socials. We are at realiTEACheckpodcast on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. And we are at realiTEACheck_P on X, formerly known as Twitter. Please give us a shout out, and we will see you guys next week. Have a good one. Bye-bye.